This is a resume review of a software engineer. What kind of software engineer, you can ask? I have no idea. I don't know. They did not tell me. Their ratio is 150 to 1, which is very bad. That's 150 applications to 1 interview. They did not give me any additional information besides that. They did not tell me what type of software engineer, which is a very important part, which might be the actual problem. And they also submitted this as a PNG, which is not good. You want a PDF or Word doc. JPEGs may not parse in an ATS. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's iffy. So, that's all I got on this one. Let's dig in to see if I can find anything. But before we do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need more help, like how to find the keywords that should be here, which will hopefully be in the next one, come on my live stream. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. PST. The link is down below on twitch.com, twitch.headlesstv, whatever. The link is down below. Y'all can just copy that. And I give a lot more help, and this is where I do the resume reviews live, that I don't put everything into YouTube. So, the biggest problem with this is a lot. So, there's so much wrong here. Okay, so, on a principle level, when you are looking for a software engineer position, you need to specify if you are front end, if you are back end, if you are full stack. And if you are back end, you need to pick either Java, Python, or C, or maybe there's a couple of others, but you need to pick. And the problem with that is the resume that gets the Java engineer resume, the Java back end resume that gets you Java engineer positions is not going to get you Python positions, is not going to get you full stack, is not going to get you front end. So you need to specify, all right? I know you did internships and everything else, but I need you to write your resume like that. And you can have 2 or 3 different resumes. That's okay. One for full stack, one for Java backend, one for Python backend. That's fine. So this doesn't have any of that. Also, you just graduated. I absolutely need your education up top. This should be up top. People can barely even see it because I can barely scroll down this far. But yes, you need your education up top. Based on what I see here, it should be 2 to 3 lines. You can keep the dean's list as the 3rd line, but 4.0 GPA is really good, but you need it in 2 lines at the top. None of this should be bolded. Also, I need to know what you are. All I see here is AWS, SQL, that's good. Python, okay. Azure, okay. And those are the keywords I'd be looking for Python dev. So I'm assuming maybe you're a Python dev. Kibana, I don't care about those. Docker, again, Python. Kubernetes, again, Python? Let me look at my list real quick. This reads like a Python. Kubernetes? No. Yeah, Kubernetes is good for this. This reads sort of like a Python. The problem is if you're applying to non-Python jobs, you're not going to get it. So these are the Python keywords, right? And I see some of them. And then you have this. I don't care about this. Stop this. No. I know I had this for a bit, and I've changed my mind on it. If your keywords are not in a bullet point, they do not matter. So I like AWS, I like SQL. I need more Python here a little bit. Like I'd prefer Python in the first one. And it seems like you're applying for Python jobs, which is actually okay because you kind of got the stack, but you're not going to get it if you don't apply to Python. So if you specifically apply to Python positions, you might be good with this resume. Docker, which is what we want, ML, BigQuery, Vagrant. It's also hard to read because there's so much bolding and it's in a JPEG. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you didn't keyword this enough for Python. This is semi-Python keyworded. Projects, cloud, yeah, there's too much here. So this is why these are not good. And again, I tried this at first as an experiment and I didn't like it. Is if a keyword is not here, it doesn't count. If a keyword is not here, it doesn't count. This right down here, which I don't even know if people can see, doesn't count. They need to be here. I need to see the what it is, how you used it, and why you used it. So the reason you're getting 150 is because this is semi-keyworded for Python, and I assume you're applying to everything. But even if it is coded for Python, it doesn't fully read like it because there's a lot of extraneous stuff here, right? Like you have Apache, Spark, you have SQS, you have Apache Airflow. You have both AWS and Azure, which is okay. We have S3, Lambda, Phoenix text suits. Those are all not, so they may actually miss the Python. And then we go down here. We don't really need Elastic or Logi or Kibana. We don't need most of this stuff. Docker is good. So yeah, because like Kafka and that kind of stuff I think is better for Java backend. You need to pick, right? I want you to start looking at specifically Python roles. Look at Python roles because it looks like you have the stack, and tweak it towards that, okay? These are so far the keywords for Python roles. Maybe you'll find one or two more, but if it's not here, it's largely not important, which is your problem. Also, make sure you apply early. How an ATS actually works is it sorts people on a first-come, first-served basis. The faster you are to apply, the better your chances. So don't keep remaking your resume. So fix the formatting, fix the keywords, and you're going to have a better chance than 150 to 1. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a full-stack web developer. What is their ratio? I don't know. They did not say. They did not give me anything else beyond just this. So this is all I have. But at least they did say full-stack because that means I can give you the keywords. Which also, if you notice the difference between the Python dev and this, these are going to be different keywords. Yeah, some of them are the same, but there's enough differences that you're going to need a different resume. So TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and a bonus would be any extra languages such as Python, C, Java, and Git, although those last are not necessarily as required. So let's look at this. Why is this formatting? I hate it. Please use this formatting. I do not like this formatting. It's not the worst, but also you just graduated. Wait, no, you're looking for an internship? Okay, I don't know if you're looking for an internship or a full-time position, because I will say specifically, full-time positions and internships are going to require different resumes. What will get you a internship is not necessarily going to get you a full-time job and vice versa. So I'm going to assume this is a full-time job? Maybe. Let's just pretend it is. But yeah, so first off, what do you mean Chief Design Officer? Why would you put Chief Design Officer? Let it create okay, so the formatting on this is way off. Every bullet point should be its own little line. You should not have a nested bullet points. So this should be like realistically 3 or 4 bullet points. I'm not seeing any of the keywords I would need. I'm not seeing TypeScript. I'm not seeing JavaScript. Again, here, doesn't count. Needs to be here. I do not count them if they're here. Because recruiters get burned by that. They say, oh, they have them here. They send it to the manager rejects them. Managers, they want them to see how you used them. Don't see anything, 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 don't see anything. Next.js, actually did see something. Also, this should be up top. For an internship, I even don't see enough stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. This is a problem for me to review. Is just there's not really anything here. There's no keywords. I don't know if this is an intern that you're looking for. I'm going to assume maybe. Let's look at it from an intern lens, which is just going to be a general tech stack, which I still don't see. And just how to work together, talking with customers. Yeah, I don't see it. This would not fly. This resume needs to be essentially redone from the ground up. There's nothing here that is relatively salvageable. The keywords are not giving me actual keywords that I need. You don't show how you worked well with others, which would be an internship. And for a full-time, there's just nothing on the stack. So I don't see this passing. Especially because you have a chief design officer and then you're applying to an internship. Don't do that. Just say like freelance or whatever, right? Like this is weird going from an intern to a chief design to an intern. Now, admittedly, this is in India. Maybe how they review resumes in India is different than how they review it in the United States. That is entirely possible. But I do not think this would succeed in the United States. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of Laszlo, I cannot do his accent. Laszlo's Cravenworth. He's Jackie Daytona. This is a What We Do in the Shadows reference, which is an excellent show. You all need to watch it. This is amazing. This resume made me laugh. This person is looking for a program manager. This is the second time around. I think their previous one had about 100 to 1, so hopefully we can get that a little bit better. This is what we're going to be looking for as a program manager. We're going to be looking for your industry. This is actually going to matter a lot. Is the specific industry you're in matters for program manager. Like if you're in healthcare, if you're in accounting, etc. PMP, always a good thing. Microsoft Project Visio, Microsoft 365, MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, pivot tables, cross-functional, highly matrixed organization, stakeholders, customers, clients, how you succeeded and managed multiple projects at the same time. Education, okay. Formatting wise, this should not be bolded. None of this should be bolded, all right? This should be one line. This, I think, should also be one line. These really, oh no, this is a certificate. What? Okay, this is just hard to read. Yeah, this is, this could maybe be 2 lines, but this entire thing should be 3 lines max, okay? No bold, no bold. This also should not be bolded. But I am okay with the way you did this because, again, no bold, but this is a 2 position. So, using Agile, which is not actually a keyword I found. Framework, I led and managed a team of 17 employees across 6 distinct projects included in the business sales and operations unit of a major cloud provider. That's pretty solid. It tells a little bit more about it. You can say in an Agile environment instead of using. So, utilize Microsoft Office as well as SQL Jira to execute and manage project plans and successfully set and meet milestones. Ensure deliverables exceeded client expectations on all projects totaling 2.4 million. Good. Let's see. So, we have SQL. We have enough with SQL. In fact, here's kind of the thing with this is, this is actually weirdly more of an Excel thing than a SQL thing for Program Manager. So, there's a lot of SQL and develop metric and clinical context. This should be 1 bullet point, and I think you should just you can say used or created a dashboard to facilitate discussions with stakeholders to set and manage expectations for the project. So in general, there's a lot here that's good. We need to tweak it a little bit, a couple of bits of the formatting. Also, Gizmo gives bad references because his name is Guillermo. Who's the best person ever. Make sure this does not go to Colin Robinson because he really doesn't know corporate as well as he thinks he does. AI model, yeah. So there's a little bit tech here, a little too tech heavy. I really want to see a bit more of the management one, right? Like I like this, but I want it shrunken down. The stakeholders are the important, not necessarily the SQL and Power BI. And the utilize Microsoft Office, I want to say created Excel spreadsheets using pivot tables and PowerPoints or whatever. Pivot tables, PowerPoints, VLOOKUP to manage project plans and meet deadlines, right? And then you can do the deliverables on projects. It still reads a little bit more like a data scientist or a data analytics person, but I can tell this is better than it was previously, right? So that is what I'm looking for, is more of these, and I did update this keyword list since the last time you sent it, I think. So that's kind of the issue, is it still reads a little bit too much like a data analyst or data scientist type position and less like a program manager. I want to go more into detail about this, right? Like you could also say, led a team of 17 employees in an agile environment across a cross-functional, right? Cross-functional environment of a major cloud provider. We're closing in on it, all right? Again, I can definitely see this being better, getting a little bit more interviews, but we need to focus more on the program manager than the analytics and data side. Next resume. This is a resume review of a data analyst. They have graduated in June 2024, and they have been searching on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Dice for data analyst jobs ever since. I personally do not like Dice. I have a vendetta against that. Not really a vendetta. I just don't think it's a great place. But Indeed and LinkedIn is where you're primarily going to get them. So what we're going to be looking for in a keywords perspective is SQL, Excel, Tableau, or Tableau, whatever. The tab button, this one, whatever this is pronounced. Power BI, AIML, Jira, Python, R, SME, data visualization, ETL, stakeholders, and solving issues with data. Arguably the most important ones are going to be the Excel, SQL, stakeholders, and Power BI and Tableau. But we still want to see the others. Okay, this is a nightmare to read. I will say this person has a 1 to 75 ratio, which for a first, which isn't terrible for your first job. Because remember, the hardest job search you will ever have in your life is getting your foot in the door. That's just unfortunately the case. It was the case 10 years ago when I started looking. It was the case when I started doing recruiting. it's just getting your first 2 years in is always the hardest. And right now, this market is really bad, which is like an extra negative to it. So, formatting, no boy. All right, there's a lot here. Can I like I have to undo this. Like, I can't even go down that far. All right. So, at the very bottom of this, there is a certifications and education section. This needs to be at the top, right? This needs to replace the skills section. I don't think skills sections are good. Which, again, you can't even see it right here on the screen. I can only see it. It's way at the bottom under this. So, your certs and education section need to be up top. Nothing here should be bolded. All right? Use this formatting. This is a nightmare of everything, all right? There's too much bolding and everything. So the skill section should be deleted and instead replaced with the education and cert section. Then we go here, financial internship, budget preparation, financial analyst, leveraging forecast models, don't care, develop budget, blah, 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 don't care. Power BI, I actually care about that for insights and stakeholders. This is okay. So this is actually good. The problem is these are sort of mid bullet points, right? Like I want to see SQL, Excel, Tableau. Also, stop bolding everything, please. It makes it so hard to read. It's really bad to keep bolding everything. Your bullet points should stand out on their own. So this should be arguably, I would say, your second or first bullet point. And then I also want to know that you did some other stuff here, because there's nothing here I can really hook into. I don't see any SQL, Excel, I don't see any AI, I don't see Jira, I don't see data visualization, I don't see SME, which is subject matter expert. Then use root cause analysis, don't care. SQL Server, perfect, I like SQL, blah, 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 don't care. Seasonal state inventory, yeah. So the fact that you're getting interviews is because you have some of the keywords, but they're not written right. Like here we go, Python, AWS, implemented ETL. This is great. Use Python and AWS to implement ETL process to extract, clean, and transfer customer feedback, Reddit data receiving process. I want you to write the rest of it. Actually, these right here, all right? Developed weekly Power BI dashboards to analyze customer sentiment for Amazon Echo and Alexa, helping Amazon identify negative feedback, improve product quality, and used Python and AWS to implement ETL processes to extract, clean, and transform customer feedback on Reddit. These two are this is how I want you to write every single bullet point. This one is okay too, but these are fantastic. The problem is a recruiter is going to go down here and stop. They're going to see all that bolding, and then they're going to go, data analyst, star schema, which I don't care about, inventory insights, and then maybe they'll see AWS. The fact is you do have the keywords written and stuff, but you're sort of making it harder on yourself. You're burying what we need. So use this format, please. There should only be 4 things bolded in your resume, max. That's it. Stop with all the bolding. I don't know where everybody decided to bold everything. Makes it way worse. And then make these sentences better. Make this sentence better. These sentences better. And these are fine. These are fantastic, actually. Like these 3 are very good. I want to see more of them. These 3 sentences alone are probably why you're getting any interviews. Everything else is just hurting it. I want you to write this stuff I want you to write the rest of it like that. So right now, it's not great formatting, but you do have some of the keywords. The problem is your formatting is so bad, I may not be able to find them in the 15 seconds I have. And then please, education and search should always be up top. There are very, very few times where you don't want your education and search at the top. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a software engineer. What kind of software engineer, Lee? I don't know. They didn't tell me. You need to tell me. You need to tell me what kind of software engineer you are, because that's going to really depend on how I view the resume, because a Python dev is different than a full stack, is different than a front end, is different than a Java dev. So I barely able to know the keywords. Basically, if I can tell what keyword you are, that's going to help. So you said specifically that this is your most recent resume. It's 150 to 1. Ooh, that's not a good ratio. I was wondering if it would optimal to have the project section before the experience section, as there are more important keywords there. Well, maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's judge it. Let's see what it is. Again, I don't know what kind of software engineer you are, so I'm missing the keywords here. Okay, this formatting is slightly off and it's hurting my eyes. Please fix the formatting. I don't know if this is right. It should be 10.5 Arial, but there's something off about this. Alright, maybe there's not, and it's just all the extra boldeds and everything. So education is fine. If you are a U.S. citizen in the United States and you're applying to on-site roles, which you should be, you should put green card holder or U.S. citizen in city and state, which should be the one down there. Then we can have this. This should be one line. I don't need this relevant coursework. Everybody has that. It's irrelevant. Data operations for Python and Git. Data, say Python and Agile. Okay, so there's too much here, but this is actually not terrible for a software engineer position. So I would keep this if you're going for Python, because developed Python is going to be a keyword for Python. Git can be a keyword for Python. HTML is sort of for full stack. Pandas sometimes for Python. Over the data set, reducing manual time. Like, this is actually okay. Your formatting is making this very hard for me to read. Optimize Python script to an agile environment. That's actually good. I don't really care about this or this, but at least you have optimized Python. An integrated OpenAI's RESTful API to prototype AI ML driver. That one's actually okay. So the thing with this is not terrible for Python. I think you should just start applying for Python roles. And I'm looking at the one under that. That one doesn't really have anything I need, honestly, except for CI/CD. CI/CD is good. So if you're going for Python, which based on these, it looks like you can, and instead of a data operations intern, you can probably put software engineer intern. Should be okay. Again, titles are malleable. The point is, you have a title that is specifically gives you the person a better idea of what they are. You're not lying about your title. What you are is in the interview say, yeah, technically my official title was data operations intern, but it seemed that everybody else in the market called those duties software engineer. So that's what I put. That's okay. As long as you can say that to the manager, that's okay. If you can't say that to the manager, then don't do it. Then you are lying. So what we're going to be looking for is Python, SQL, Docker, Kubernetes, Django, Cloud, RESTful API, Agile, and bonus for full stack. And what I see here is Panda could be, sometimes Panda. HTML is sort of for full stack. Agile is good, but I am missing more Python. I'm missing Docker. I'm missing Django. I'm missing Kubernetes, and I'm missing the cloud. So this resume is not getting you stuff because I don't see those keywords in it. And the font here, I don't know what exactly it is, but this is hurting my eyes to look at. Like, I don't know if it's all the bolding, if this is too big, but I want 10.5 Arial. 10.5 Arial for everything here, right? This should be all 10.5 Arial. You may want to leave out this IT intern because I don't know if there's anything here that I could use and then go straight to the projects. But again, with the projects, this is okay, yeah. So I would keep this and format it more towards Python and then probably delete this or just keep it as like one little line. But probably delete it and then go straight into the projects. So would this pass? No, but it's very close to, because it sort of reads between a full stack and a Python dev, and I need you to pick a lane with it, essentially. So it doesn't have the TypeScript, which I'd be looking for full stack, and it doesn't have quite enough for Python. So you're sort of in between two of them, and you're going to need to pick one. Ideally, you could just make one resume for each, and you should be good. So that's it for this video. Is that it for this video? I actually have to double check. Yes. I thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you need more help, stop by my live stream at whatever the link is down below on Twitch. I help out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. PST till about 2 p.m. PST. And I will see you all in the next video. Awkward ending.